Let me show you 3 softwares you can use for creating mobile applications without writing a single line of code. Now, whatever software I'm going to use throughout this video, they have not sponsored me. It's what I've received by doing research for creating my own personal projects or just because I love app development. So let's get right to it. Adobe XD is used by designers to create the UI and UX of an application before developers actually take that design and put it into code for the application. Let me show you how you can use Adobe XD to export your design to a Flutter application. So to get started with Adobe XD and exporting a design to Flutter, you need Adobe XD. So once you open up Adobe XD, you can choose framework that you want. I'm just going to use the Google Pixel 5. There are other options you can choose over here. And I'm just going to speedrun this. So now this is the UI I want to export as a Flutter widget. So how do we do that? On the bottom, you are going to have this plugins button. If you click that, if you don't have any plugins, it's going to show you this button to discover plugins. And over there, we are going to search for Flutter. And then you're going to see XD to Flutter. So we are going to install that plugin. And once it's installed, if we come back over here, we see the XD to Flutter plugin. We are going to click that and we are going to choose a part where we want the project to be saved, and it's going to throw this error. If you want a full video on how to fix this error, let me know and I'll make a video on that. We're going to hit continue and we're just going to click on export all widgets. Now if I open the folder where it was saved, file generated for us, and if we go ahead and open it, the entire source file is created for us. Now if we run this, you will see a page looking exactly like this. Now on a day-to-day basis, I really wouldn't go ahead and use this as much. If I wanted to create some complex UIs, then I would use this to export that particular widget into my application. The next thing I want to talk about is AppSheet. AppSheet is developed by Google. You just tell the application what type of application you want to develop and it will pre-generate the UI and the backend, which will be linked to your Google Sheets. Getting started with AppSheet is really simple. You just head on over to appsheet.com and then under my accounts, you click on my apps. If you don't have any apps, you're going to see this alert pop up and you can start with your own data, start with an idea or start with a sample app. So I'm going to start with an idea that I have. So sometimes AppSheet won't really understand what you want. So if we say we want a login screen, it's going to suggest something like this app has a collection of login screens, which is kind of different from what we want. So for the demonstration purpose, I'm going to create a car. So once it builds, you're going to come to this page over here. And if you go to the UX, you can play around as to how you want the app to look. So in the branding section, we can choose whether we want a light theme or a dark theme. I like dark mode, so I'll put it dark, and then we can choose a primary color. So I like teal, so we'll go with teal. And then if we go to views, we can change how we want the view to be. So now if you click on one, you can see details. And if you want to give it out for users to test, you can go to users and you can add specific email over here and they'll get a link to downloading the application. The last thing I want to talk about is Flutter Flow. Flutter Flow was recently released when Google released Flutter 2.0, which was a couple of months ago, and it's really intuitive and really easy to use. So it's somewhat similar to Wix if you have experience with that. Now let me show you how to use that as well. Getting started is pretty straightforward. If you have not created an account already, you can hit on create account and go through the login flow, or you can directly hit login if you already have an account. Take you to the dashboard and we're going to create a new application, and then I'm going to name this as a test application, and we'll start with a blank app. Now if on the top, if you click on add page, now if you were going to code like one of this on your own, it would take a long time even if you are working on a team. And over here it's just kind of drag and drop, or in this case choosing how you want it to be. So I like this login and register tree. So first you have to give it a name. So I'm going to put this as login and reg. I'm just going to name it login reg, and then we're going to click use template. And now the template is available for us. For now, let's change the way this login button works. So we're not going to do any authentication and stuff. We are just going to add an action. On tap, we are going to navigate to a page, and the page is going to be our home page. And the transition can be default, but you can choose from all these transitions if you wanted to. Now we are going to go to, not widget tree, we're going to go to the first one and change it. So first we see this before we go to the home page. And now on the home page, let's add a text saying welcome to the home page. And if you hit share preview link of your app, it will open up a new tab and it will actually run the application for you, and you can see it over here. This one looks really nice and it's really easy to get started. You don't have to write much code. And if we hit login, it takes us to the home page, and that was really easy to put forward. Now if you choose one of those templates, it's going to be even easier for you to create a full-fledged application within matter of hours or days, and you don't have to spend a whole month creating your design and writing code for it. And if you also want to see the code, you could click on the developer menu and click on view code, and it will show you the code for the home page over here, and for the login reds that we created, it will show it to you over here. With that being said, I hope you learned something new as to how you can develop applications without writing much code. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, share it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.